BC.
BC. It stands for Bishop Carroll. And you can't spell Bishop Carroll without Matt Dugan.
Whenever he's around people, he just brings smiles to their faces.
Love you, Matt.
Okay.
Funny thing is, Matt didn't even go to Bishop Carroll. He graduated from Mays. But Matt did have 3 brothers who graduated from BC. And once Matt started hanging around the program in 2002, it didn't take long for him to leave a bigger impact than all of his brothers on the football field.
You know, he's probably the best player out of all 4 of them.
Notice how Golden Eagles head coach Alan Shuckman said player. Matt, who has Down syndrome, is not a fan. He's not a volunteer. He's a player.
I don't look at Matt as being special. I mean, he's a special person, and he's as big as our biggest part of our program as anybody in it.
Hey, Matt.
Hey.
And his presence is felt far beyond the football field.
You beat the Cajun Crusaders?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Anytime I'm having a bad day, I always count on being there in the lunch line, and then 7th hour waits. He leads us in prayer, and then he puts a big smile on my face, so I always count on him for that.
Good, bro. Podcast. Who is that? Podcast.
Whether he's helping the custodians at school clean up the lunchroom or passing through the halls after class,
That's right, all right.
Matt doesn't just care about football. He cares about everyone and everything at Bishop Carroll. Though he does care about some people a little bit more than others.
Senior 15.
Seniors. Seniors is your favorite part, right?
Your favorite part.
That's because for the last 14 years, Matt's been a senior, been a leader. For the rest of the school to follow.
It's an inspiration to see him like that and how much pride he has in this community for how long he's had it for, and he's never given up on us, and just really brings a lot of excitement, a lot of energy, a lot of love to everybody.
And that's something even the old ball coach can appreciate.
He absolutely has made me a better coach because it's not about winning, it's not about losing. You know, it's about having a good positive attitude, and that's what I've learned from Matt. If more people were like Matt Dugan, this world would be a much better place.
No matter what obstacles or challenges you're facing, find a way to overcome it. Find a way to better yourself.
Chris Norton is only 23 years old, but he's already experienced enough hardship to last a lifetime.
October 16, 2010. I was a freshman playing college football at Luther College. I ran out for special teams where I would have my very last play. In a split second, I lost everything below my neck. No movement, no feeling.
But instead of letting his spinal injury defeat him, Chris is sharing his story and recovery process to audiences across the country. One of those audiences was right here in the Quad Cities at Assumption High School in Davenport.
I hope I can make an impact on one of their lives, and hopefully my messages will carry with them for a very long time. My biggest goal is to show everyone that they can overcome any obstacle or any challenge that they're facing in their life, and that I want to empower them to take control of their life.
And judging by the students' reactions, Chris did that and then some.
I feel like for a lot of Assumption students, including me, a lot of us can relate to it. As teenagers, a lot of us lose our purpose. And it's really nice for someone to come in and say, like, hey, like, you do have a purpose as a person, and like, you can make it through it.
You can't just sit around all day and try to and just say you're going to accomplish something. You have to really work for it, and you have to put all your effort into it, or else it's not really going to happen.
You go find that doctor. You tell him, bring him in here and to feign him this. When I see people really attentive, and you can just tell they're really moved by what I have to say, it definitely encourages me to not only to keep working hard with my own recovery, but to also continue speaking and sharing my message.
As for what's next in Chris's recovery, well, he has a very specific goal in mind.
I would like to be able to walk an extended length with my fiancée, Emily. Because we like to walk down the aisle for our wedding. And so that's kind of something that I'm working on.
Given what Chris has already overcome, Emily you might want to make sure you wear some sneakers on the big day. After all, there's probably going to be a whole lot of walking involved. In Davenport, Elliott Polakoff, Local 4 Sports.
Smart guys wanted to fit in, so they made up a term called analytics. Analytics don't work.
That's one Charles' opinion, but to Charles Barron, co-founder of the Davenport-based Farmers Business Network, analytics don't just work, they're essential.
It's all about how you challenge assumptions and how you use the best information possible to transform your operation.
And one useful, if unconventional, way to look at how analytics can be used in farming is by looking at how analytics have already been used in sports.
Sports uses analytics to level the playing field. Farming is using analytics to level the playing field as well. And it's about farmers developing the data sets that they need to be able to get fairer prices, get the better products, figure out the best performing seeds so they can build, it's their team. They got to build their team every year.
At the first ever Farmer to Farmer conference in Bettendorf, Barron and the Farmers Business Network brought in Major League Baseball's Paul DePodesta and baseball statistician Bill James, whose use of analytics led to the creation of the book and movie Moneyball.
You wouldn't expect a baseball executive to have something pertinent to say about agriculture, but a farmer is really in the same boat as he was with the A's, where we need to do more with less, and also being able to identify not just good results, but did you have a good process?
A lot of us have been, our families have been doing it for 50, 100, 150 years. But stuff is always changing. We're going to keep coming up with new stuff and learning. And a lot of farmers nowadays, the vast majority of them played sports as they were younger. I mean, it's still something they enjoy. I'm a Cubs fan, like a lot of people are, and I don't see how there won't be crossover, really.
Whether it's sports or whether it's IBM or whether it's down on the farm, they're all businesses. They've got a business model, and they got to be able to produce at a profit in order to stay in business. And if we can aggregate as farmers and join together, we're going to be able to use all that data now for ourselves.
And that would definitely be considered hitting a home run. In Bettendorf, Elliott Polakoff, Local 4 Sports.
Oh, God dang it.
Mason Cherry is a shy 12-year-old.
I got it. You got it.
But on the baseball field, Mason feels comfortable.
I got you, man.
Like nothing can stop him. And on June 7th, nothing and nobody could.
I had to either get down or go over, and I went over. So everybody was yelling. I was like, well, what just happened?
Well, Mason, there was the perfect landing.
I don't know how he landed it. Like, his foot was on the corner of the plate. I thought it was crazy.
And there was the going viral.
When I heard him say he was going to upload the ESPN, I was like, whoa.
But more than anything, Mason's hurdle into home brought the team closer together.
I think it's kind of helped us, like, at the very end of the game, just boosting our abilities to do kind of anything, because confidence goes a long way.
It's allowed Mason to feel almost as comfortable off the baseball field as he is on it.
I'll hurdle, Austin. I'm not good at talking like random people, and it's helped me.
One leap of faith. Turns out, it can do a lot.
It was like a normal play, but something happened really good at the end.